Well, I'm in the middle of working on the old Maytag, so we have to pardon the hands. I'm replacing the drain hose, but it's like 50 some degrees today, so good day to wash clothes. But I took a break, went out and got mail. Now, you know, the other day, a while back, I did a video on sights. And I was talking that I might put a sight on this 351. Because a lot of them came with a Lyman sight. Well, I'm still not completely convinced. But I did order in a sight. Interesting. It isn't the one that's actually for this, though actually it looks like it would line right up on there. Yeah. It might be a little tall. Because the ones that are for these actually have a, you know, for the self-loaders actually have an SL stamped on the bottom, if you could find one. But this is the one that's actually for the 1895 Marlin. But, you know, pretty much, you know, the sight is the same. The difference is in this base plate that you have to mount. You know, and this is the one that's for the Marlin. So it's an option. But I kind of like the idea. The one thing, you know, for this it'd be kind of nice. And the main reason I like it for this is because I run out of sight. You know, at my highest, if I get way up there, I can go like 450. And I'd like to get at least 500 just in playing around. You know, I've got a good range to shoot 500. So I'd like to do that. Now, these Lyman sights can be expensive. You know, you're looking, usually you end up over $100. And it always you end up, well, then you got to buy this and buy that. Well, this is the whole setup for that for $85. But like I say, I'm not completely convinced. You know, it's a nice enough sight. Yeah, I could darn near put it right on there. Though the holes are pretty big. I know I actually ordered the right screws from a guy out of Arizona makes the right screws for mounting on a Winchester. You know, they've got a bigger head and they're longer. So, you know, I've got them screws, and it actually could be done, but like I say, I think, oh no, I think that would probably work in the adjusting. It looks like it lines up with the sight. So that would be doable. But I think before I do this, and mount this expensive one on here, that I could, like I say, mount on here, because evidently it mounts way back. But there you do end up having to drill a hole, which I am loath to do. But it's supposed to be the one that's supposed to clear the bolt. But, like I said, my option, before I even monkey with this, trying to put it on here, I'm going to modify this. Now, this is a sight I've had kicking around for quite some time. I bought it, you know, some rummage sale or thrift store or something. But what this is a Taurus sight. You know, and I'm sure I paid very little for it. You know, maybe $5 or something. Kind of nice. They've got, you know, easy adjustment on the windage and on the elevation. You know, very easy. I've used it on a few of my guns, including that old Stevens. You know, you can monkey around and get them mounted on most anything. But the thing about these sights, they sell from Taurus for like $33. Yeah, but it's made to fit their Winchester, their kind of knockoff of that old Winchester pump. But I think I can, knock off this piece, drill the holes at the right spacing, and bolt that baby right on there and be ready to go. Because that way I've got the right size screw holes too. And then I can put this one on the Cowboy and try it. I can always change my mind though. Once you get it on there, you get that damn hole. But that's supposed to be the one. But I've thought about doing that for quite some time. So I guess I'll have to break down and, well, I'm not going to jump into that. But I'm going to jump into this. Calculate out where I need my holes drilled. Mount that baby in there. Because, like I said, I've been pretty tickled with this for a really cheap site. $33. She's got a hell of a lot of an adjustment. And easy to adjust. It's got a click going up. And that's got a real smooth windage adjustment. I don't know how it ended up. Like I say, I don't actually remember where I got it. But on this, it's nice because I can mount it pretty far up here. I don't, there's no bolt coming back as long as I am not interfering with that little catch to separate the machine. I'll be all right. So I think I can drill my screws, center it right there. Just have to grind off these other parts. I think that should work just fine. And at least it won't be a permanent change. Like this now, if I drill a hole, it doesn't really matter, because it isn't like I worry about the value of my guns being depreciated, because it's not like I'm ever selling them. And if this works out, it probably would add value to the gun. I always hesitate to drill. But not too serious of a deal. But I'll think about that. But this one I'm going to go at, grind this piece down and drill me a couple holes. Just one of them things you got to measure pretty carefully. And I'll have to drill little countersinks in them, because I'll probably be using just this piece here. I won't have to use the tabs at all. I can knock them right off of there, and then she'll fit perfectly. But that's a pretty good deal. These I've always hesitated because to me that doesn't seem like too good a deal. It's a lot of money. $85 for a sight, but I tell you, sights can get pretty crazy price-wise. But we'll give her a try. First I got to get that Maytag operating, and then I think I'll start butchering this thing up. But I'll get back to you when I get this working. I went and loaded up a whole pile made a bunch more bullets. Got a whole jug of them, so I got plenty to test with. But I thought before I do, I'll put this sight on, as long as I got the screws. Just takes a little tinkering, and a nice warm day like today, I can tinker while the machine runs.